Hi Sagittarius, welcome. So Sagittarius, this is going to be your reading. I'm going to start with the spiritual messages and then I'm going to go into the love, you versus them reading. I'm time stamping this March because that's when I'm recording it, but my readings are timeless, so I just trust that whenever you find this, that's when you're meant to hear it. So Sagittarius, wow, really interesting energy while I was meditating. Let's talk about that because I meditate before I turn the video on and do the reading, and I almost fell asleep, like legitimately almost fell asleep while I was meditating. I just got into like this really comfortable space, but but at the same time, like my mind was busy, but it was almost like a dream state. So all that to say, Sagittarius, maybe you need a little bit of rest or a little bit of shut-eye, or you just might be in like this dreamy, imaginative, kind of aloof type of vibe, okay? You could be connecting with somebody like that as well. I do have two cards out, and it's Saturn and Pisces. You could be connecting with Pisces energy, and or you may just have that in your chart, and or it's just the influencing vibes, which is interesting because this card is all about the imagination, fantasy, the dream state. Very emotional energy, very spiritual, but also a little bit impractical, a little bit foggy, a little bit escapist. So you may be feeling a variety of any of those things. And then you have the card of wisdom here, which is kind of opposite of that. Very disciplined, very structured, very responsible, and realistic. And that's really interesting that that term came to mind because also I was meditating, I kept hearing face reality, okay? Which is not one of my favorite sayings out there, because what most people mean vibrationally when they say it's time to face reality or it's time to face the facts, what they mean is it's time to look at this situation through a negative lens. Think about it. That's typically what it means. It's not usually a positive thing, right? Like let's face the truth of something, but they really mean, generally, what they mean is let's face the hard truth. And if you're trying to move or change your current situation, Sagittarius, while we think it's pragmatic and practical to be realist, if there's pessimism involved, then it doesn't serve you. And it's certainly not going to change any circumstance that you may be dealing with. And in fact, that makes complete sense as to why I was getting like this aloof, meditative, dreamy type of vibe. Because the only way to change a reality you don't like is to allow yourself to envision, feel, and believe something different through your imagination. Because it all begins in the mind. And if you can't allow yourself to imagine improvement, improvement cannot come. So facing a reality that you do not like does not serve you. Okay? I'm not saying to be delusional, or, walk around pretending, that things aren't what they seem. But I'm also saying use your mind wisely. When you have time to yourself, when you have time to reflect, to meditate, to think, allow yourself to think of the improvement and how it will feel when that improvement comes in, or how it will feel when that wish is granted or that blessing arrives. And that will help you bring it into your reality a bit faster. So, Sagittarius, really interesting messages right off of the bat, right? Let's get further into it and get some more cards out and see what else we have coming through. You have the Source, totality, and participation. I want to go further into what your imagination really means as well, because I'm feeling guided to talk about that, to expand on that part. As children, we are naturally in tune with our imagination. Remember how creative you were as a young child, how easy it was to make believe. That's how you kind of intended to be your entire lifespan. Because what we forget as adults that we know so clearly when we're fresh and new in our bodies is that all things begin in the mind. And so make-believing and imagining and fantasy is what creates life. And as children, we do it naturally. You don't have to teach a child to play with toys or make believe. It's like something that they innately know, right? That through this playful vibration, through this imagination, I'm going to co-create my life. And that is how co-creation really truly begins. And then as we become hardened adults, we start being told things like, you need to face the facts. You need to be realistic. Yeah, that happens for some people, but most of us know, most people, you're here to work and struggle and suffer, and, we get taught right out of our imagination. But if you look at the most successful people on this planet, one thing you can certainly tie to all of them, whether they're artists, musicians, physicians, scientists, spiritualists, is that they all have a vivid imagination. They're very creative. They're very free-spirited, right? So it's also about getting back in tune with that part of yourself that allows yourself to fantasize, to pretend to be what you want to be. The fastest way to become who you want to be is to pretend you already are it. And is it really pretending? I mean, aren't we all just kind of playing a role? We're all pretending, but it feels like we're being real. But who's to say what's real, right? Anyways, oh my gosh. I could just keep going on and on and on. No wonder I felt called to do your reading today. But I know, let's get into the cards too and see. So you have the card of the source, totality, and participation. So this is reminding you that you are the source of your own goodness here, Sagittarius, but you're also the source of your own badness, quote unquote. And so that you get to decide what comes to fruition for you through your perception and through how positively you'll allow yourself to believe it, or to how negatively you may disbelieve it. You also have the card of totality and participation. So I feel like you're getting the big picture about something during this time frame. And to me, this card also talks about groups, your support network, can be very supportive, collaborative energy. So I feel that there is cooperative components coming into the picture as well to help you get whatever it is that you need done. So let's see what else here, Sagittarius. What else do we have for my Sagittarius? Okay, 3 of Cups, the 4 of Swords. Why do I feel so sleepy? Like I legitimately want to take a nap right now. Yeah. Okay, and the Fool. So there is an opportunity here showing up, a chance, okay? Or you might be taking a chance on something. But I also feel like there's a sense of healing coming through, a sense of divine timing coming through, and things coming together, right? So what may feel like a chance, okay, or a chance encounter or something happening by chance is actually not a coincidence, Sagittarius. There's not a coincidence. There is something that is in the works right now that is coming together that is on your path, okay? So, yeah, let's see what that's about. The Fool. Page of Pentacles. Some of you may be trying to like pray or meditate or quiet your mind to figure out like if you should take some sort of new opportunity or new chance. And I think that's a smart way to go about it. Definitely feel it out. But I'm also hearing I keep getting the word happenstance. This is not by happenstance. So if an opportunity or something is presenting itself to you, acknowledge it, that it was meant to be presented to you. Now, whether you take this opportunity or not, that part's up to your free will. But I feel like your intuition is going to really strongly guide you in the right direction, Sagittarius, on whether or not that this is the direction you want to go. There's so much potential here. There's a lot of inspiration here. But there's also a lot of worry. There's also a lot of stress showing up. So don't overthink this either, because I feel like the more you kind of overthink it or think about the pros and the cons, the more realistic you are, the more it's hindering you. Isn't that funny? It's a weird message, right? Because I feel like you think you're being realistic, but you're also incorporating pessimism or pessimistic or negative energy into the mix. Which doesn't our brains naturally do this? Like, especially if we're trying to make a decision about something. Like, let me weigh the pros and the cons, because we think that this serves us to envision both a wanted outcome, but also an unwanted outcome. But let me tell you, the only moment that you're ever really, ever living in your entire life is right here, right now. And everything else is a projection of the mind. But since your thoughts are powerful, those projections or imaginations also have power to them. So which one do you want to give more focus to? The positive outcome or the negative outcome? Think about it. Anyways, let's see. Six of Cups. Ooh, Ace of Cups. And the Wheel, divine timing. So I feel like sorry, I just had a Kelly Clarkson song pop in my head. That's just random. And as soon as it came in, it left. Sorry, I didn't grab which song it was. So there's lots of emotion here, lots of love. This may be a time where you're really surrounded by love or feeling more in love, or you're attracting love to you. Or it simply just could be a very emotional time for you. I feel like there's so many good things on the horizon here that you can't see yet, that you don't have the big picture of just yet. But it's all coming together. And if you could just believe that, if you could just allow yourself to believe that and have faith in the best possible outcome, then that will only help you. And even if you don't believe in law of attraction and all of that, at least it will give you a good feeling, you know? Like, some people are like, well, I don't want to believe in the best possible outcome, because what happens if that doesn't happen? What price will I pay? The only price you're going to pay is by feeling good. Like, is that a bad thing? You know, when I first started practicing the law of attraction, before I really truly believed it, because I think until you actually put it into practice and you see it work, you kind of toy with, does this really work or does this not? And then something will happen that will automatically make you know this is real. And I've got so many stories, and I've shared them on my Facebook, of things I've manifested, intentionally manifested through law of attraction. But anyways, yeah, there's this point where when you very first start to practice, you're like, am I just telling myself nice things? You know, like, or, you know, you almost feel wrong not facing reality, you know. And what that really means is a lot of the reality that you're facing is negativity. But we're so practiced at being negative, we think it's real. We think that it's necessary. But there are lots of realities on this planet, some of which you want to tap into, and some of which you might want to veer away from. You get to choose. So at first, it kind of does feel like you're lying to yourself. But what I did notice is like, well, I had to give like a little speech to myself, and I said, self, even if this doesn't work and I don't manifest anything, I appreciate that I feel really good. So if that's the only price I'm paying is telling myself nice things and it's making me feel good, that's the price I'm willing to pay. And so I got really comfortable with just telling myself nice things. And then, oh, by the way, it actually did end up working, and nice things and nice people and nice circumstances started to come my way and come my way at the right timing, the right job opportunity, feeling good in my body, all of that, it's all available to every single person on this planet, and it starts in your mind. So anyways, just give yourself a reason to feel good, and give yourself a reason to be in love with your life. And there is divine timing here. So there's something that's occurring that feels like a coincidence, but it is not a coincidence. It is part of your healing journey. It is part of your path. There's a lot of potential in this as well. And I mean positive potential. So don't overthink this. Don't overanalyze this, Sagittarius. You have support here, and you are going to be getting the big picture. And so allow yourself to dream. And I think this is from a commercial, but I'm hearing it. It's like, dream a little dream with me. It's from like a ho-ho commercial at Walt Disney, maybe. I don't know. Is that a Walt Disney thing? Dream a little dream with me? I don't know. Take it or leave it. Okay. Your card is number 25. Causing pain for others will attract pain to me. The flawed premise, my group or my way of life is the only way, therefore all other ways must be stopped, is the basis of the majority of the unhappiness on your planet. Not only do those beings pushed against feel the pain, but those doing the pushing will feel it as well. In fact, the unhappiest, least fulfilled among you are those who are pushing against others, because in doing so, you're disallowing the most important relationship of all, and that is the relationship between you and you. Wow, really interesting message to close this on. So it's basically saying, don't push against circumstances. Don't push against other people. Don't need yourself to be right and them wrong. Just happily, blissfully, lovingly go about your day. Go about your day. I said bae. I said bae, but I meant day. Go about your day. Go about your life. Live your life. Hey, hey. That's Rihanna. Live your life. All right, I'm done. Okay, now I'm gonna do the love portion of the reading. Sit right there. I'll see you in just a second. Hi, Sag. Welcome back. All right, now we're gonna do the love portion of the reading. Okay, I'm gonna go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind, it is a general reading. The roles can be reversed. It also can be about anyone in your life, quite literally, not always an intimate person, sometimes family, friend. But keep an open mind, and let's see what we've got coming through here for you. I have the card of silence, morality, and the lovers. Excuse me. So Sagittarius, really interesting card combination. This card actually reminds me of the moon card, which you got in your spiritual reading. So this is like a third eye opening, very intuitive, very healing. And yet she's sleeping in the picture, right? And I felt so freaking sleepy in your spiritual reading. So again, meditate, heal, rest. Give yourself sleep if you're able to. And then you have the card of morality. So I feel like, you know, you're trying to take... No, hold on a second. you're trying to do the right thing, but just make sure that when you're evaluating a situation that you're doing the right thing by you. Be your own best friend. Anyways, and then you also have the Lovers here, which is highlighting a very significant connection or this connection. This person has the card of maturity. So again, they're trying to do the right thing. They're trying to take the mature approach. And yet I also got the word condemnation. So I don't know if that's coming from your energy or this person's energy, if there's something about that going on as well, but we'll see. Let's get into it. And I'm going to go into the recent past, what led up to the now. Then we're going to look at how you're seeing each other, how you both feel underneath it all, and most likely outcome. So, Sagittarius. The Page of Wands, the Hierophant, the Wheel, and the Sun card. So you got the Wheel as well in the spiritual reading. So again, that message here about divine timing, opportunities presenting themselves, all of this super positive energy, highlighting also your belief structures, your faith, what you're committed to. The Sun is very happy, positive energy. So I feel like some of you have been working on, you know, feeling better or doing things that make you feel good. And that was highlighted in the spiritual reading. You know, trying to do the right thing, holding yourself to a higher standard. Some of you raising your overall vibration. And therefore, you know, ready for maybe a new adventure or something new on the horizon. So I feel overall a very positive energy, which is interesting because in the spiritual reading, I was talking about positivity and pessimism and how realism can sometimes lean one way or the other, but typically leans in the more negative direction. But, yeah, let's see this person's recent past. Ace of Cups. Oh, 8 of Swords, 7 of Swords. What's that about? So in the past, Sagittarius, this person has not always been on the up and up, especially when it came to loyalty, especially when it came to being honest and forthright. And nothing would piss you off more as a Sagittarius than somebody being deceptive. Every Sag I know prides themselves on being truthful and blunt. So you don't tend to care for the more secretive, like passive, deceptive personalities, to be quite honest with you. So I could picture you like calling this person out or just feeling that and then calling it out immediately. Okay, now this isn't this person's past, so not saying they're still that way, but definitely like a sneaky vibe about them. You know, not always being super truthful about how they were feeling. And then at the same time, I actually do feel genuine, you know, that this person genuinely cares or cared about you, Sagittarius. But I just don't feel like they were necessarily on the up and up in the past. Okay, I'm just going to leave it like that. Let's see how the energy is now. In the now, how does Sagittarius see this person? Okay, and I just have to say this, and I don't usually go, I try to keep my readings pretty general because they're for a lot of people, not just one person. But I will say it is a specific, for some of you, not all of you, that this person in the past was definitely entertaining another person. Okay, or going behind your back with another person, or maybe just talking about you to another person, or it's something sneaky. you know, not on the up and up. Okay. And you may have been very naive. I don't want to say naive, trusting. I feel you are on the up and up. And that's past energy. All right. So let's come to the now and see, how do you perceive this person now? Oh my, really? So, okay, for those of you who are in that situation, that's what turned you from an optimist to a realist. But that doesn't really serve you. You know, people are going to disappoint us along the way by the behaviors and actions they choose, but that's their choice. That's their vibration, not yours, unless you make it about you, which like 99.9% of us do make it about us. And then we change our vibration. Okay, I need to be more tough. I need to be less positive and more real, so that doesn't happen again. And although we think that serves us, that actually creates disalignment in our energy and hardens us. And that's what ages us. That's the difference between children and adults. Adults start to live life, then they start experiencing disappointment because they cannot control others. And then they become realist instead of optimist. So anyways, okay, super interesting message there. Can't blame you there. Okay, so these messages are getting so specific. I'm trying to keep it general, guys, but it's getting more and more specific. So let me give you an example that I think a lot of you that are tuning in are going to relate to. Let's go back to that. Say you've been betrayed by somebody. Somebody really, really disappoint you. You were you saw them in a beautiful light. Maybe it's this person. You gave the benefit of the doubt, whatever, and then they weren't who they said they were, right? Now, you don't give anyone the benefit of the doubt anymore. You think everybody has a motive. Even when you attract a new connection or a new friend, new lover, whatever, you start looking for, something that could be untruthful about them or flawed about them. And without even knowing it, you let that pain change you and lower your vibration without even being conscious or aware that it does not serve you. Because it is really hard to trust once you've had your trust broken. But until you're able to truly trust, and I'm not talking about other people, I'm talking about yourself. Until you're able to get back into that good feeling space, you're going to keep attracting more just like them. And then you'll say, aha, there is a flaw in everyone. Trust no one. But there are good people everywhere, Sagittarius. And even bad people have good moments. And you could become a match to all the good that is available in all the people that you ever meet by keeping your positive rose-colored glasses on. Anyways, but you always have discernment and you always have intuition. I'm not telling you how to feel about this person. We'll get into that. But I just feel like we needed to have that little powwow right there. So anyways, back to the cards. Ace of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and the Death card. So this is showing up in how you see this person. This is a sense of abandonment, or a sense of like seeing the truth and feeling disappointed, okay? There is something transformative as well that has happened in this connection or has happened in the connection. Some of you had an ending with this person. Others of you, just like a big change and maybe the way that you see or perceive this person. It's next to the Ten of Pentacles, so I feel like this is an established connection. I don't feel like this is a brand new person to you. I feel like there is like an already established relationship here. Let's see how they view you. Knight of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. Temperance. So they see you in a very positive light. Playful, fun. There's a sense of loyalty here, or commitment. They like your free nature. They like that you're unique. They like you as you are. This person may have went through their own changes. They may have learned some big lessons about themselves from their past experience, because their overall energy is the card of growth and maturity. So I feel like this person had a lot of growing up to do, and unfortunately they may have chosen the harder route in the past by not being very honest about how they were feeling, and you may have been taking them at their word. I heard hook, line, sinker, but we know not what we do sometimes, and I feel this person has had some sort of development or growth around that. Now, what you choose to do about that is totally on you. But let's go deeper into how you feel, okay, about this person. They all came out at once. The Star. Maybe the sun. I just got a lyric from, I don't know who's singing, I think it's her. She says, "This ain't a dream, you're here with me." Okay, so here's that dreamy aloofness that I was picking up in the spiritual reading. Some of you are like in fantasy la la land about this, or you're holding on to something and yet keeping it to yourself at the same time, yet kind of dwelling, but it's creating a sense of like detachment or fantasy vibe. And then there's healing coming in. Also, a dream or a wish fulfillment here. What is this? The Knight of Cups. Some of you have long held on to like this secret desire. This is something that is secret and personal to you. And that is like that there will be healing with this person or connection, or that this lover will come back healed, or if you had an ending, or that like your heart will heal. Like you've long held a very intimate and private desire in your heart, and they're showing me a seed, and that seed is coming to maturation. So there is potential here that there'll be a realization of some sort of dream. Okay, it doesn't have to be in March. I keep getting equinox. I don't know when the spring equinox is, but that's apparently a very important time. But I would say spring, March, April, May-ish time frame. Let's see this person's heart space. Oh yeah, the Tower and the Knight of Cups. The Eight of Wands. So it's in this person's heart that they want to shake things up a little bit. Like they want to be loving. They want to be romantic if this is intimate. They want to communicate. They're excited. There's like a sense of excitement here in this person. They've changed. They say old dogs can't learn new tricks, but I'm telling you, that's another statement I think is flawed, because if none of us had the capacity to change, there would be endedness on our planet and with our species. We're forever changing. Everybody has the capacity to change. Everybody. Do some take a lot longer? Yeah. Yeah, but I feel like there's something in this person that has shifted and changed. And you may have prayed for that. You may have hoped for that. Or hoped for that. This is my favorite reading I've done so far. Okay, so let's see what the most likely outcome is then for Sag. Six of Wands. The Lovers. Oh. I'm freaking out right now, guys. What? What? Victory, success, attention, recognition, love, the twin flame card, if you believe in twin flames, the lover card, and the soulmate card. Like, holy shnikes. That is an awesome card combination. So there's definitely a very strong connection with this person showing up, or a soulmate, or maybe two. And they don't both have to be intimate, by the way. You could be reconnecting like with a friend and a lover. Or some of you, yeah, you got two freaking lovers showing up. One karmic, one twin flame. Or one life partner and one karmic. You name it. And or it could just be one hell of a connection. Super strong connection. The Seven of Wands, some of you don't believe it. You don't believe me right now. You don't believe it. It's like unbelievable. It's like, what? Why is this all, what is happening? Like, why? Huh? You almost seem like a little bit either taken off guard by this, or just like, for some reason, guarded about it. Maybe you didn't expect a union or a reunion or such a strong connection, or I definitely feel like this is unexpected or better than you expected, like higher than your expectations, and yet you expected it, but you didn't expect it, like something like that going on. It's super exciting and it's positive. Got me playing with my hair like a little wee schoolgirl. Look at me. What? Let's see this person's most likely outcome. I'm such a dork. I know. Whatever. I don't care. Let's see this person's most likely outcome. Four of Swords. King of Wands. The World. The Wheel. Divine timing. A karmic completion. This person is taking things into their own hands. They're showing up strong, confident. I heard rest assure, rested, assured. Rest assured that somebody is showing up for you, Sagittarius, okay? A lot of you already know who this is. Some of you, it's going to surprise you. It may not be who you think it is. You know, but check when the spring equinox is. I have no idea when it is. But it will be, I feel, in the spring time frame. Wow. And it's not a coincidence, the timing either. It's not a coincidence, the timing. exciting. Good things coming your way. Woo-wee! Ooh-wee. Okay, let's see what the guidance is then. Making peace with my today will improve my future. It's card number 41. It may sound odd, but the fastest way to get to a new and improved situation is to make peace with your current situation. By making lists of the most positive aspects you can find about your current situation, you then release your resistance to the improvements that are waiting to come in for you. But if you rail against the injustice of your current situation, you will hold yourself in vibrational alignment with what you do not want, and you cannot then move in the direction of improvement. It defies law. That's almost identical to what the spiritual reading was about. So if you didn't watch that part, definitely go back and check that out. Favorite reading so far this round. Yes, 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 yes. I love this so much. Zodiac signs that you may be connecting with. I have Leo here. Scorpio, could be another Sagittarius, Gemini. Gemini again, Aquarius, Scorpio again, Aries, Taurus, Leo again, and Virgo energy. Those are the predominant signs, but keep in mind it is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe to me so that you don't miss out. That sounded like I was demanding it. I meant please. Please subscribe and share. Wishing you guys the super, very awesomest best. And until next time, my friends. Namaste. Bye.